The cohesion algorithm aims to establish the continuity of the submeshes from the randomly initialized submesh labels. This can be achieved by swapping the submesh labels between any two triangles. This is an example of how the cohesion process works. First, we calculate the centroids of these two submeshes. Then we measure the distances between the centroids of a pair of triangles to the centroids of the belonging submeshes, which are D1 and D2. Then we assume the labels of these two triangles are swapped and measure the distances again to get D3 plus D4. So, in this example, the D1 plus D2 is larger than D3 plus D4, which means the labels of these two triangles will be swapped. Similarly, we will do the distance measurement for another pair of triangles to check if their labels can be swapped. We will do this swapping the label action repeatedly until no swapping action can happen anymore. The refinement process is used to resolve the no-manifold issue and smooth the boundaries of the segments by minimizing the number of boundary edges. Different from the cohesion process, the refinement process is based on the topology of the mesh. This is an example of how the refinement process works. First, for a pair of triangles, we count their boundary edges. Then we find their neighbor triangles belonging to the same submeshes and also count their boundary edges. We sum the squares of these numbers as E1 plus E2. Then we assume the swapping action happened and do the same calculation to get E3 plus E4. If E1 plus E2 is larger than E3 plus E4, the labels of these two triangles will be swapped. Similar to the cohesion process, we will do this action repetitively, but the termination condition is different. The refinement process will terminate if the number of boundary edges stops decreasing. This is an example of how the man-head model is segmented into 20 patches. It used 25 cohesion iterations and 3 refinement iterations. The distance measurement of the cohesion process is based on the spherical domain. When the cohesion process has ended, there still are 6 no-manifold issues existing. The refinement process will solve them and smooth the boundary.